Hi, this is Zeba from Comm.care, and today I'm going to show you how you can create a new circle of care inside your organization. As you may know, Comm.care focuses on person-centered planning. Everything about the participant is inside her circle of care. It pretty much works like any social media where everything about the participant life can be found under the circle of care. So let's start by creating one. Inside Comm.care, everything about your circles can be found inside My Organization Circles tab. As you can see a list of all your circles inside the circles menu. Just on the right, you can see an add circle tab where you can click and it will start with a workflow to create a new circle of care. Let's say we have a new participant called Kelly Gray. So we can start with the workflow by adding her basic information such as name. I would encourage you to add her photograph so it's easier for all your staff to identify Kelly. And you can write a bit snapshot about Kelly, which you can include her age, any allergies, or anything in particular that needs attention and you want your staff to know about your participant, that is Kelly. You can add her basic NDIS information, and here the important step would be adding her email address, as you will be sending out all your invoices to this email address. Once you are done, you can click on Save and Continue, and the next step would be adding some bit more detailed information about Kelly. So here all your information can be added as you want. It's really not needed to enter all the information, only the relevant information is needed. Once you are done, you can go to the next step. Here, let's say Kelly is a plan managed client and she has a plan manager. So in that case, we can add the plan manager just in this step by clicking on Save and Add Another. So let's start. By clicking on Save and Add Another, it gives an option whether Kelly has a plan manager or any other carer. The carer can be mom or any guardian that Kelly has. In here, let's select Plan Manager. You can create Plan Manager as White Planner, and you can enter the basic information. And the important information here would be the email address, as you will be sending out the invoices to that email address. Once done, you can go to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. Here comes the option to give yourself the access to Kelly Gray. Here, the coordinator has the highest level of access for the participant. And so I'm going to allot myself as coordinator. And let's go to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. Here is adding users of your organization for Kelly. So let's say I have allotted Michelle inside my organization for Kelly. So here I can find Miss Michelle and I can just add by clicking on Add User, and you are done. The next step would be assigning role for Michelle here for Kelly Gray. So let's say Michelle is a service provider, so I'll allot the role of service provider. In this way, you can add multiple users of your organization for Kelly by clicking on Save and Add Another. In this case, let's move to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. The next step would be the roadmap support. Roadmap is what we call the services that we are going to provide our participant. So let's select a roadmap. Let's say it's coordination of support and the state would be active. The from and to date would be the contract date. Objectives would be what Kelly is expecting from that service. And the important thing would be filling up the financial data. That is how the supports would be paid. As I mentioned, let's say it is a plan managed. So the recipient would be the plan manager and CC would go to the participant itself. I would encourage you to enter the budget in here, as the system picks up the activity as you go on creating appointments and services, and it will let you know the budget utilization from time to time. And just in here, you can allot travel claims if you have one. Similarly, you can add multiple services by clicking on Save and Add Another, or you can move to the next step by Save and Continue. To know more about the roadmap services and how you can add multiple of them, you can check out the link in the description below. Let's move to the next step by clicking on Save and Continue. And this is the last and final step of adding appointments. So let's say we have an appointment of coordination of support. All you need to do is create the appointment by selecting the services and the line items. I would encourage you to pre-fill the service and line items. So all your staff needs to do is just write down their notes and select your attendees. Let's say it's Michelle White. And this way you can add multiple appointments by clicking on Save and Add Another. Or you can find out more about allotting appointments in the link given in the description below. Here we have done with the workflow and I have shown you how you can create a new circle of care. So let's just save changes. And that's all. You have created your new circle of care. Now you can navigate inside the circle of care. You can see Kelly's calendar, timeline, roadmap, and everything about the participant just in here. So that's all. You have now created a new circle of care inside your organization. That's all for today.